Welcome back to Psychopath Marketing. Let's get back to it. First off, if you're designing one of these websites, I want to let you know this is right now you're viewing in 1080p, so it looks like there's like nothing in this area. But if you were looking at it at a lower resolution, this is completely filled up. So take that into consideration during your design. I'm gonna have to add some more stuff here because a lot of people are viewing um, their browsers at 1080p. So you just want to make sure that's not looking like it's a little echoey there. Um, so basically what I'm doing, and I wanted to clarify something, I'm going to have to actually do things rapidly in order for this website to ever take off the ground. So that's exactly what I'm doing is I'm actually working on this when I'm not recording. And that's why I'm using other websites as examples to the work that I'm doing to this site, in case you were wondering why it's working that way. Um, you're still going to find out when it starts getting leads. I'm going to show you some things that I'm doing to this site, um, on this site, but it's not always going to be this site that I'm working on. So I just want to make that clear. I did do some work. First off, before I leave this page, I want to point out to the social media icons up here. You actually want to create those accounts. You don't necessarily have to link them up right away, but just get them created so that you can have them for when you create your local SEO citations, which is what we're about to talk about. But first, let me show you some of the work that I've been doing to this site when you're not looking. I created actually pages for every single one of these towns in Wisconsin. So every single one of these has a page. They're not all linked up yet. I started to create the template for the locality. I created one for the state and the towns. I still have to work in the state, but you can see one of the towns is already linked. It's nothing hardly into that template yet, but it will be very soon. So basically all the content is going to go into here. Then I can, let me point to this part of the template. Everything from here down is a part of the footer. So no matter what, wherever the footer will appear, this will always show the latest blog post. So, and this is going to change dynamically. When there's a new blog post, this will sort of shift. There will be only 3 right here, and it'll just shift to, what's new. And then there will be a blog link down here for the index so that people can find the other posts. So that's what I'm doing that for, just to get traffic throughout the site. But the idea is to fill up this area, also put some more content down in this area, and just really, make it look good and make sure it answers a lot of questions for the seller that comes to this site. So that's what I've done so far on here. But what we need to do is start thinking about off-site stuff. The SEO is going to take a while, and it's not going to produce immediately. That's sort of one of those things that you have to do a lot of work, and eventually it'll just start flowing in naturally. So one of those things that we've got to do is create local citations. So let me see here. Okay, if you are making your Facebook or other social media pages, you can actually find out the perfect sizes for your banners. In case you wanted to get that out of the way right now, but you don't have to. You can just do that in your free time, and then get to the local citations. So you could do a search for local citation websites, and this is one of the sites that come up. It a lot of citations here. It's updated for 2019. And basically what local citations are is directory listings, pretty much. That's it. They're just directory listings, and they have your company information. And the idea is to make sure that information matches everywhere. So you want your phone number, address, URL, company name, everything exactly the same in every single one of these citations. Now, some people are going to be doing this virtually. They're not going to have an office. You're not going to have a way to get a lot of citations up there because they require you to publish an address. And you might not want to use your home address, you know. So if that's the case, not all of these will be the right fit. I mean, Facebook, they'll let you hide your address. Say you just don't have a local address for someone to go to. The same thing with other sites like Yelp. You know, these are sites that don't require you to actually display a full address. And if you look, if you do a Google search for local citation websites, no address. This is one of the, sorry for the weird cut. I just had a phone call interrupt me and I forgot to put my phone on silent. So anyway, this is one of the blogs that will come up if you do a search in Google for local citation websites, no address. And it basically allows you, these sites will allow you to hide your public address. So it's that simple. Let's go down here and you'll see, scroll down to the list. And you see a whole list down here. They show the country and what they'll allow. Hide address line 1 means your actual street address, number and street address. So, you know, if you don't want that information public, this will say, yeah, they'll let you hide that part. Will they let you hide the full address? Some of them yes, some of them no. And there's really not a reason to hide the full address. I mean, all it's going to show, if they allow you to hide line 1, the only thing that's left is the city and state and the zip code. And then, of course, you can potentially hide a zip code in some of these too. And then you'll see where they allow listings from these countries. If you scroll down, you'll see some of them are specific countries. And then some of these aren't even going to be relevant to you. But you'll notice that some are going to be the same no matter what. You know, Brown Book, there's Bing, there's Yelp. You know, a lot of these places are definitely relevant and definitely a powerful backlink and local citation for you. So you want to get, you know, all your stuff on there. And what I suggest is using something like Notepad++ or something like that. That will, you know, you can just copy and paste, you know, put all your details written out. You got your company name, you got your contact information, you've got your URLs to your social media, you've got your description of services, your service list, and all these things. And depending on the site, they'll let you list all that stuff. So you just copy and then paste it, copy, paste it, and just do that until you got a whole bunch of local citations. And what these local citations will do is help you get ranked in Google's maps. So if you want to get a Google local listing, you know, these citations are part of the algorithm. So the more that you have that match that are relevant, the higher you're going to show up in the maps. That's one of the factors. So it's very important to do this. And that's actually about it. So go ahead and create your citations. And I'd suggest also, like I said, setting up your social media. You know, Facebook is important. Twitter is important. Instagram is a solid source to use. And you know, if you have something else that you prefer, I mean, even if you have a YouTube channel, you can find the correct layout sizes for these graphics and then throw them up in Photoshop or, you know, whatever program you're using to create those graphics, and it'll look perfect. It won't look pixelated. It won't look unprofessional. And then, you know, you can really brand your stuff. But the reason why I say to set up these accounts first is because these local citation sites are going to have an area for you to put your social media, and you want that. That's very important, is whenever they provide that, that gives you that extra door into your business, okay? That's how I view these things, is extra doors into your business. Let's say you have a like a bookstore, just on, you know, just a brick and mortar bookstore, and then somehow you're able to create a portal all over the place into your bookstore. That's basically what this is. Okay, so every time you post a link to your site somewhere, that's a portal into your store. So you want to do that as much as possible. And of course, it helps if all these match up with each other, then that just strengthens your citations. So get these citations set up. That's going to actually take you a little while. So you've got some time, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.